Hello, glad to have you here. Today, we're going to talk about how to kick daily frustration and confusion to the curb in your business using what I call and what I learned to call it as a DMO, which is basically a daily method of operation. It's like when we talked about planning yesterday and the other topics that we talked about yesterday. This is a plan, but it's a daily thing that you can do and have certain things on it to help you keep your day in check, to help you to continue to follow the plan to get you where you ultimately want to go. So it's one of those things for me that was really important. And I can remember I used to have so many things on there. And then I, started having some issues, so I had to back it down. But having that ability to do that and to put certain things in there and to have it, either with me or, because everybody does it a little bit different. So let me know where you're coming in from as you're hopping on. Let me know what you think about doing a daily method of operation, which is, like I said, I just always shortcut it and call it a DMO. But a daily method of operation for your business, for what you want to accomplish on a daily basis. You can, and some people even take it out to weekly, monthly, and even some people do like 3 months, 90 days, of stuff. So it just depends on what you're doing and what your plan is and, the things that you need to do to get there. So as you're hopping on, I'm going to go on and introduce myself to those of you I haven't had the pleasure of meeting. My name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. I do it in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, lead generation, and video marketing, and primarily modern, updated, trending strategies and tips. So that is what I do. That is who I help. And so hopefully you fit into that category so that this information is something that you can use to build your business and to continue to keep things on an even keel instead of it going like, ah. So, and we all still have those days, but that, anything we can do to make it a little bit better is always worth it, right? For me, it is. What about you? Let me know what you think. Like I said, the chat box, go on and drop in some information for me. Drop in your questions, your comments, whatever they are. And I will try to remember to stop in between and ask questions just in case, because sometimes I get to talking and that's just, I like to explain and sometimes I need to just maybe stop and allow somebody to think and then maybe they can come up with a question. So I have these in somewhat of an order, but it doesn't have to be this way. It's whatever you want to do. But when I was learning about daily method of operation for my business, and I was being mentored and, learning a whole new strategy of how I wanted to do things in my business, one of the main things, one of the first things that I was told is that you need to always put down what your non-negotiables are. There are a lot of people that work and have a side gig, but they are building that, because a lot of people want to, you know, they want a better life. They want to be able to have their dream life. They want to be able to do things with their family. They want to leave a legacy. It just depends on the person. But to have your non-negotiables out there, like if you're working, that's a non-negotiable. If I have doctor's appointments, to me, that's a non-negotiable. Sometimes I have a choice and sometimes I don't. Sometimes being in the mentorship and education program that I'm in, meetings pop up and they're meetings and trainings that I really want to be able to attend. So it depends on what's going on, but I don't like to miss doing my lives. I like to be able to do my posts and those types of things. And so I put certain things on a schedule now. Some things happen. And when things happen, then we have to do the best that we can to just do what it is that's going to be best to get us through that day. And then we can reevaluate later and say, okay, what happened? So having your non-negotiables is really, really important on there, whatever that is for you. And for everybody, it's going to be a little different. The other thing is putting this on a schedule. Like I go live now on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I used to go Monday through Friday. So that was those were non-negotiables for me doing my lives. And of course, sometimes it would end up where I would have to go early or later because of a training and or because of a meeting or something or things that were beyond my control. And stuff will happen, but at least if you have a plan, you've got a game plan out there, your daily method of operation, and you can make changes if you need to. So making sure to have the other thing is, besides times and days and time blocking is another one that I learned, to be able to do a certain amount of things, especially preparing for the month of whatever I'm going to talk about on a daily basis or a weekly basis. It depends on how you want to set it up and how you want to do it, but times, days, blocks of time, especially for family, family things that you want to, make sure that you keep your family in the loop, and talk about, this is what I've got down for on my schedule, and coordinating schedules if they're separate, or, some people have their schedule together. So it just depends. And then this one is something that I really have found very important and has really helped me in times where things didn't um, go the way I planned them to go. And that's setting priorities. And my priorities are: one, if it has a number one next to it, it's something that really needs to be done. If it has a two next to it, okay, maybe I can move that, or maybe I can, just move it down to later in the day. If it has a three by it, that's my least important thing. And so then I might be able to move that to another day, or if I have to, even another week. But setting your priorities and giving your list, priorities for your daily method of operation, whatever it is that you're going to do, you got to make sure put your break times in there, because people don't, like, and I've been there, and still have to, get up, Cherie, you've been sitting here for, such and such a time. You need to get up and, take a break. You need to get up and eat lunch. You need to get up and, whatever. So there are things that I put on my daily method of operation that others may not need to, because they know to take care of themselves and they're used to doing that. But for me, I have some issues with that. So I have to refocus and remember, you got to make sure you put your lunchtime down and remember to put your break time down. And then you got to stick to it, so that you can take care of yourself. So that's really, that's one of the things that I found that was really important for me. And you may find something different is important for you. Everybody is different, in how we do things. And so it's just, I hope that this helps. I hope that this gives you something to be able to use in your daily business life, in your life, especially if you have a family, especially if you have kids, if you're married, and that kind of thing. You want to make sure to communicate what you're doing to your family so that, as and have them maybe, put, what they think or give you some information on what they think or and it's just better from what I've listened to in some meetings and trainings that when the family is a part of the planning process, it makes it a lot easier. And then that planning of making sure that the time is in there for family as well. So that could be one of those things that some people will have to put on their daily method of operation, especially if it's a weekend thing that you're going on, or everybody's going, we're going to have a date night, or whatever it is. So I hope this information was helpful for you. That's all I have for today. And if you have questions, comments, and you're catching us on the replay, or because there are things that I listen to, sometimes I just go back on the replay and then I'll maybe take notes because maybe initially I just want to listen. So I understand that. And if you have questions or anything, you can always pop them in and I will answer them and, get back with you. You can also direct message me if you need to in Messenger on Facebook if you have questions about what we talked about today. So basically, that is it. I hope that this was, like I said, helpful and valuable for you. Gives you something to think about, when we're talking about making sure of how our business day goes, as well as the things that we need to do that may not exactly be business, but they need to be on that list because they need to be taken care of. So basically, I'm not seeing anything in the chat. So like I said, you can always check with me. You can always not check with me, but what did I say? You can always direct message me. I'm sorry. And ask your questions if you want to go deeper, and we can go from there. So I will be here tomorrow and we're going to go over something else that's along this line. Um, and I want to tell you a story about how this really, really helped me in several situations, but I'll tell you about one of them tomorrow. So take care, talk soon, have a good, blessed day. Bye now. It's not wanting to shut down. Hmm. Sorry, guys, I'm having trouble ending the broadcast, but you can, you know, go on and I thank you for your time. Try this again. Okay. Well, isn't that wild?